I'm doing an original spoken word. Spoken word is a performance art form that's a little bit like poetry, but it's got a particular rhythm and cadence, and it's meant to be heard instead of read. It's more about a story than any literary flourish. Tonight I'm doing an original piece called Three of a Kind. It's about the loss of my dad and about the grief that came with that. But it's also about the guilt that came with feeling bad when I knew that there were so many people going through something so much worse. I guess I got a whole lot more than some, and a whole lot less than others. But I never thought I'd be so alone in a big wide world with friends and brothers, and I never thought I'd be lying here, drowning on a solid floor. I'll shut the window, the broken door. What on earth am I hungry for? Hungry? I don't know the meaning of it. I was fortunate to be born above it, but I think about all the children across the world who are dying in abject poverty, who are going meal to meal, and I'm not talking lunch to dinner. I'm talking Monday to Tuesday. That's the sin, and we're the sinner. Dilapidated, their homes crumble in ways mine never would, and I would build a family stronger if I knew that I could, but I cannot. So I know that there are those who have less when I have more. And I didn't want to talk like I was so unfortunate when there are those who are so poor. But if we're talking about problems, I'll talk about mine as well. A childhood abrupted by something from a doctor to a patient tell, because I didn't just lose a father or friend. I lost the idea of a family with a much more eventual end. This nicely framed picture of what a family is, and I didn't have time or space for one who throws the ball in the front yard. But I guess when I was being dealt cards, I didn't get a flush, but I didn't have to fold. I got a few fives, which gave me three of a kind, but it did nothing for a full house. I never thought that a phone call would change as much as it did. But I guess I also never thought I'd be living in a family with one house, with 2 stories, and one parent with 3 kids. But if a family is a house and a house is a home, then I'm grateful for others to feel less alone. I thought that my house would be ashes and stone, but it all held together just fine. Amongst houses and castles and mansions and huts that were crumbling much worse than mine ever was, amongst people cut down like green blades of grass, while I thought that my windows had rose-colored glass, and for the longest time I could never see through them quite clearly enough to know that I was allowed to lay down too. So I know that there are those who are doing worse. And when we're talking about problems, I wouldn't mention mine first, but it just seems to me like there's better, worse ways to build a house, but then again, I guess mine's been holding up just fine.